Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Janine McGowan, and I design cross stitch as the blue flower. I'm seeing you this time after 3 weeks instead of the usual 2, because we had a conflict last weekend, so I missed you. But it's lovely to be back with you today. I hope you're enjoying a beautiful weekend or start to the weekend where you are. We're expecting a bit of a cold snap, so possibly even some snow, which we're looking forward to because we always need snow in the mountains here. All right, launching right in, stitching in action this week. We have 2 submissions. First from Gloria. She did Halloween Parade, and I love the trick that she used where she backstitched around some of the figures where the color of the figure was too close to the color of the fabric. So that's a really great tip. If you run into that situation and you don't want to make big changes, you can just highlight it with a little back stitching. So well done, Gloria. Thank you for sharing that. And I love your finish. I love that backing fabric you chose. Very seasonally appropriate. So thank you, Gloria. Then we have Tudor Bee, stitched by Anne, and she's framing hers rather than doing it as a little pillow with her own personalizations. And that is also just lovely. Thank you, Anne, for sharing that. As always, on the website, I keep a stitching in action section. You can send me pictures of any blue flower designs that you've stitched up, showing your fabric choices, your thread choices, any personalizations you've done, or just what you want to brag about in your blue flower finish so that other stitchers can be impressed or inspired. So send me those anytime, and I always look forward to seeing them. All right, what I'm stitching. I haven't made very much progress on Grounding Force, which is this one, Grounding Force by Heartstring Samplery. Here's the original here. But I'm getting very close. I took a little bit of a side trip, but I'm really enjoying this, and I will definitely finish it before I do any more big starts, and I'm hoping to finish it over the Christmas holidays. No reason why not. There's just a few more butterflies and a little bit of border, but I'm really enjoying the way that this one is coming out. So this is a very fun stitch. Speaking of side trips and distractions, this is what I wandered off into a little bit, and this one is called Snowball Fun Biscornu, and it's from Little Dove Designs. It's my first Little Dove design, and I got the PDF download. It's a little bit hard to see because it's so tiny, and the camera wants to see 2 different things, but just adorable. And I've got the cover photo here. I'm stitching it on a piece of NicholasFlameldesign linen, but here's the original. You can see it's on a nice blue-gray linen, but what a fun little thing. This will be my first official Biscornu finish. I've been in some classes for how to do them and had good instructions, so I'm fairly confident I can actually get it done. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right, stash spotlight for this week. This is a piece of beautiful linen from xJudesign, and it's called Rocky Mountain. And to me, it just really reminds me of the way the snow falls on the top of the mountains, and you can see bits of the stone coming through that beautiful snowpack. Now, sadly, we don't have a lot of beautiful snowpack here right now, but maybe after this week we'll get that a little bit turned around, so that would be nice. Okay, the world around. This week, I am talking about the Cooper's hawk, which I have a photo of from a little video. One was on my fence. They actually hunt our yard quite a bit here because we feed birds, and they love to hunt birds. Also, they're not the hawks that glide up high in the air for indefinite periods. They're very much a flap glide, and they're very agile hunters. So they hunt between trees, between obstacles, which is one reason they're doing a little bit better in urban areas recently. So it's apparently quite different to tell a Cooper's hawk from a sharp-shinned hawk. That's one that tends to twist me up a little bit. But I'm saying this is a Cooper's hawk because it's a little bigger and because Cooper's hawk is a lot easier for me to say. But I do think it is a Cooper's hawk as opposed to a sharp-shinned hawk. Now, I learned some things about them. They hunt songbirds, small rodents, even birds as big as pigeons, which is pretty impressive considering a Cooper's hawk is only about as big as a crow. So that's hunting something almost as big as yourself. And the sharp-shinned hawk, this is going to be my thing. The sharp-shinned hawk is only about the size of a blue jay. So again, they look very, very similar, but size is one of the big indicators that you're dealing with the different animals. Apparently, they don't actually kill their prey with their beaks, but they squeeze it with their feet, like little boa constrictor feet that they have, which I never knew. I assumed that hawks do kill with their beaks, and apparently it's not a universal thing. So hummingbirds, researchers have found, sometimes cluster their nests near hawk nesting sites, Cooper's hawk nesting sites in particular, because hummingbird eggs are a favorite food for blue jays, and blue jays will avoid the hawks. So finding, I guess the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But that works for them. I have this also great photo of a sharp-shinned hawk trying to dive down and harass a Cooper's hawk. And I have all the photo information down below, but you can definitely see the size difference. You can also see how impressively the Cooper's hawk can roll in midair to present its little boa constrictor feet to try and drive the other bird away, have it stop harassing it. But they do, even in our yard, fly zooming through and around the trees in a way that's very, very impressive to see. So, Cooper's hawk, not a sharp-shinned hawk. All right, last week I had asked the question about everyone's favorite long-term recipes, and I got lovely feedback from everyone. Thank you so much. I've been hungry for weeks. We did have a Thanksgiving meal here in the interim, so we ate a lot of delicious food, including our longest recipe, the jalapeno salsa. We also had a really awful pie that I made. That was a terrible pie. Nobody ate it. I didn't even eat it. So I've got some more work to do on the pie front, but all the rest of the food was great. Question this week is inspired by the holiday baking. A lot of the winter holidays in particular have baking and special food associated with them, which we talked about a little bit last week. And so my question is, what is your favorite flavoring from the spice drawer? Not all flavorings in the world, but your favorite flavoring from the spice drawer. I think mine's probably either cardamom, which I love, or ginger, which I love in any form, fresh, dried, candied. Yeah, I love it all. All the ginger is good with me. So tell me what works for you, what you like. Best thing this week, we got our Christmas tree put up, which is wonderful. And Rye has actually been very good about the tree this year. Last year she was still quite young and it was hard to keep her away from it. This year she's bigger, so she can't get back around behind the sofa as easily, and she's seen it before, so it's less of an intense fascination. We used to have all of the wooden and metal ornaments down below because the cats would play around the tree and they would smack those ornaments around and those ones wouldn't break. But of course all those are the ones that Rye really wants. So many of the wooden ones have gone up and some of the glass ones have come down, and she seems to fixate on a particular ornament now, so as long as you get that ornament and move it somewhere else, she'll lose interest for a while. And actually, I'm going to take the opportunity, as I did last year, to show some of my favorite ornaments. First off is this little guy, because you know I love a green Santa. Beautiful green eyes, very festive feeling, nice mint green. Then I've got a Santa theme this year. This one is a little Santa mug. How cute! This little top. This actually makes me think of that wonderful new Brenda Gervais pattern, the Cup of Christmas Cheer, which I have on order but haven't yet received. I've seen some people stitching it, and it's lovely. I can't wait to do that one. So hopefully after Christmas that will be in my hands and maybe started. And then thirdly, in honor of Rye, her current favorite ornament, which is off the tree because she won't leave it alone. There we go, Sasquatch. Rye loves a Sasquatch, apparently. So he has to go around the back of the tree or much higher up. All right, giveaway. Last week's giveaway, or last time's, I should say, was this fabulous kit from Steph with the pattern and the walking in the woods. Got some nice threads and trims. Steph always does a great job. Here's the Autumn Strolls Make Thankful Souls, and a great project bag from the 805 Stitcher. The winner of this one is Carla Burgoon, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name right or wrong, Carla, so let me know. But get in touch with me, send me your mailing address, and we will get that one out to you. Now, giveaway for this week, here, I'm going to do this awesome book from Heartstring Samplery for Consider the Lilies. I ended up, through a long and not very interesting story, with 2 copies of this, so I'm keeping one, but I'm giving one away. And it's just a beautiful design. Came out at the last market before pandemic. I think the outside flowers always remind me of poinsettias, but certainly there are flowers from every season. There are turkeys. There are lots of wonderful, wonderful things to stitch on this one. So it's going to be really fun when I get around to it. And in the meantime, someone else can have it. Now, I chose the keyword because it's from the quote highlighted in the thing, "Consider the lilies. They toil not, neither do they spin." And what struck me was that it was not just, oh, look at the lilies, enjoy the lilies. It was truly consider them, think about them, and learn something, which, you know, I do love to consider nature. But I wanted to have you use the word think, and think about something. Doesn't have to be lilies. So use the word think in your comments. And when I see you next time, we'll do the drawing for this terrific book. And I look forward to hearing what you want to think about or don't want to think about. All right, announcements. First off, I've got a little thing to show here. This, for those of you who haven't seen it, is Winter Quail. This was featured in the Kitten Stitcher Advent box for those who were lucky enough to get one. And it's already been opened and shown, so I'm not breaking any confidences here. But here we go, just a quail on a winter branch with his little top knot. And then in the chart, I actually designed it with both the stitching all the way underneath the scarf or a blank spot, and then I just stitched on top, or the model stitcher stitched on top. Those little heavier threads with the little sparkles, like a little scarf. So if you have an Advent box, that's in there. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't have an Advent box, this will be coming out next winter in general release. So Winter Quail. All right, announcements. Not really much this time. I probably won't see you in 2 weeks since that's Christmas Day, 2 weeks from today here, although maybe if I get a wild hair, we'll film on Christmas Eve, or probably not Christmas Day, either way. Most likely it will be in 3 weeks for New Year's, and until then, I hope everyone has a very lovely holiday season, whichever holidays you're observing. I very much look forward to seeing you either to wrap up 2021 or to celebrate the beginning of a newer and hopefully better year. And thank you all so much for joining me this year. It's been very, very special to get to spend time with you so often and to have you take your time to join me on Flosstube. I appreciate it so much. We've got a little wrap-up puppy video at the end, slightly longer than normal. Rye was extra bouncy this week. So I hope you enjoy that, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much.